Hello everybody and welcome to We Roll Dice. I'm your host Stu, and today, very excited, I'm going to get started on building my Warlord Titan, the big boy. Here we go. Now, I thought that maybe I'd do something a little simple. Again, this is what it's going to look like if I can get rid of that glare. Yeah, big boy. So I've gone through all the parts and make sure everything was there. Excuse me. Did a count. Look for damages. There's a few pock holes and stuff from the Forge World casting. But I think what I'm going to get started on, make it simple for myself, see if I can see that, is the Mars pattern head. So the reason why I'm decided to start with the head is because I haven't dealt with Forge World models this big. The head isn't that large. I want to see if the tools and equipment I have can handle it. I have a hobby saw that I'm going to have to maybe break out, but I'm going to see if the clippers and the knives and everything can handle it. All right, here we go. Here we have the box for the head. We open it up. Okay, so all the bits already gone through to make sure they were all there. We're good. So there it is. The head. Here's the instruction manual for the head. All the bits, pieces. So we're going to start up here, work our way through, see how it goes. Okay, so here's our instructions. Some of the tools that we're going to use. We've got some Citadel clippers. We got my favorite Olfa knife. Got some gap filler Instacure CA glue. And some Vallejo plastic putty. This was harder to get a hold of in my town than you would imagine. Paid a fortune, even though it was only $3.95 for delivery to get it to my house. Crazy. Anyways. So let's look. So we need those two sides. And the base, there we go. I already did a little bit of cleanup on that. Same with this one. Still got a little there. So I'll have to see, as far as the fitting goes, how much I'll have to use the heat to change it around. Okay, so clip these sprues off. And all these, since I play Necromunda, I'm going to shave these down. Maybe put some black and yellow hazard stripes on them. Who knows? Could make it into some terrain. Now this Forge World resin seems to shave down pretty good. Just got to be careful not to take too much away. You're going to get some nice scraping sounds out there. If it bothers you, my apologies, but 'tis the nature of the beast. So I was very excited to finally get this model into my hands. It's just one of those things that I've wanted for such a long time. And I was finally able to pick it up. Has a little bit of a price tag to it, so I'm going to take my time building it and painting it. But I thought maybe I'd take y'all along as part of the journey. Hopefully you enjoy it. Feel free to put down the comments below. This kind of thing. I know it's not like a new model or anything, but you can always put in the comments below whether you enjoy seeing this. Hear me ramble on about things. There we go. Looks like these pieces cleaned up pretty good. Now, just a matter of kind of dry fitting this first. Let's see here. Looks like that goes in like that. That's actually a pretty good fit. And then this on that side also looks like a pretty good fit. Seems all seem to be okay. But I am going to check out this back piece and have it first before I commit to gluing, because I want to make sure that it fits proper. So I'm going to get that out, do a little bit of cleanup on it. Just a bit more cleanup to do here on this. I'm going to be cutting in and out with the camera sometimes because you don't need to watch me shave every mold line here. But just finish up a little bit there. Get rid of that. It seems a little bit of filler there is going to be needed, but let's see. Okay. So let's start the dry fit here. I believe that goes down and that fits like that. There. With no heat treatment or anything, that seems to fit pretty good. A little bit there that I might want to fill, but at this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue it. So just hold on. Boom, through the magic of the camera. This is now nicely glued together. Just going to hold that as such. Now, just let you know, this was washed ahead of time before I clipped off the sprues. Found it easier to hold and scrub. But yeah, little bit, not much of a warp there, but I can see that coming out a little bit. So when this does glue and dry, maybe if I hold it, she might glue a little bit tighter together. But really, that's not a big gap. I want to make sure that when this goes, yeah, that's going to clip on nicely, and it's just a matter of making sure that that front faceplate. But anyways, I'm going to clean up more of these parts. The fun task of cleaning each and every little piece. Of course, we got Chewbacca here to help us out. But yeah, anyway, so we got just some Dawn takes the grease away into our water. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Little rinse. Dry, dry, dry. I'd like to invite you during this time to hit that like button, subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. And we got a couple of shields left to do here. Nasty, nasty Forge World mold release, right? So any resin that you get from Forge World, in case you didn't know, which most of you do, you gotta make sure that you scrub, 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 and get all that mold release off. Otherwise the paint just will not stick to it. So, dry this off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning all the rest of these, and we can start the assembly. Okay, with that all glued together, that fit nice. So next step, these two side pieces. So it's like the lower jaw there. It's nice with the eye there. Let's see how this is going to end up fitting together once it's all cleaned off. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the sprues here and all the bits. Trim these off. Down to those. You can see these tiny, tiny little bits of flash there. Well, not flash, but the pouring. Okay. There we go. I'll go over this one. Make sure it's all nice cleaned up. These are actually pretty good, a lot of these. I mean, I guess for the cost you'd want them to be, but, you know, a little bit. What's that up there? I got my file set here. Let's see about getting up in there. Just to get rid of a couple little imperfections. Just because it's going to be such a smooth surface up there. I want to make sure. Now, just let you all know, when you're dealing with resin, be careful. This dust is really bad for you. I mean, everything in my job's bad for me. But this stuff, you don't want to be breathing that in. Okay, so that's nice and smooth there. Just take my damp paper towel there. Yeah, that's a lot better. And this other side was fine. Okay, so we clip some of this off. Make sure we get that nice and flush. Now, these clippers really help to be able to get nice and flush, creating very, very little cleanup. Just that light, and that make that a little bit nicer, a little bit brighter if we come in there. Next, my next purchase, as far as the hobby goes, with YouTube, is to try and buy some better lighting rigs instead of these. Basically, my modeling lamps are what I use, like my lamps that have the magnifying glass on them. Basically what I use to get in here to give you the light, so that you can hopefully see the videos that I'm shooting. But what I'd like to do is get some proper lighting rigs, because that would help a lot. Because I do try and upload my videos in high def, but sometimes it can only go so good. It gets pixelated when it gets dark, eh? There we go. It's looking pretty good along there too. On that, you can feel this is the visible surface, so I want to keep that good. So there we go. Everything seems to be cleaned. That one chunk right there. Let's take that. Yeah, this still needs to be cleaned along the back here. As such. Get that out of there. There we go. I like using the bigger Olfa knives. I feel I have more control than even with using those small little blades. Okay, so saying here, gluing these two halves together. So again, I like to do a dry fit. Make sure there's no excessive warping. That is all looking pretty good to me. Just double check on the inside here. Even though you can't really see that by the time. But I will do a little bit of gap filler in there. I love like even all the little instruments and everything inside. It's going to be so much fun to paint. Okay. So I think as far as glue goes, I'm going to put it on this. Glue I've decided to use is this Arms Keeper Insta Cure. It's a gap filling medium, 5 to 10 second glue. So it's actually really good. And it does expand a little bit. So you gotta just make sure when you're using it. There we go. Looks like everything is lined up there. On the top, everything's good. On the bottom, press and hold. Holding. You can see I will do a little bit of gap fill on the inside there, maybe. that's looking good. And then that there is how it attaches. Okay, so little bit of gap at the side here. Not bad, really. With a little pinch, I should be able to get that in. Won't take much, actually. You can see that gives you a nice big surface to work with there. So I think I'm going to put the glue on this side. But before we start, I'm just going to shave that to make that nice and smooth where the connection is. So there's nothing holding the part that I want touching to be able to touch. Same with this side. However, it did look like it was good on this side. So, okay, so again, as a dry fit just to see exactly where we're going in there. And those will glue down like that. Okay. Oops. Okay, good like that. The sides. In here. The sides. And how far up there? I think that goes in. As such. So I get a little bit of glue here. I don't got forever, as I said, it's only 5-10 seconds with this stuff, but come on. There it is. Glue the front, pinch the sides. Make sure that's got pressure. I do have clamps, but they are for the larger. So hopefully just me holding as such. Let's get the lid on that. There we go. As I said, a little bit of gap filler. That's what this Vallejo plastic putty is for. Fill in all those gaps. Again, we're just going to hold this. It's just coming loose on that side, so gotta hold. Now, I should really get out a hair dryer. That'd help mold it into shape there, get it hot, or the hot. Yeah, we need that held together. So I might go get the clamps and clamp it down. Okay, had to put the clamps on it for a little bit just to get that nice and tight there. Still going to require a little bit of gap filling, but not much. It's actually pretty good. So let's, what was that, step 4? Let's take a look at step 5. So step 5 is getting these hoses. So there should be 2. Yeah, there we go. 2 of these hoses prepped and ready to go. So that's a pretty big gate. Let's take that off here and then see if these can handle. Oh yeah, pretty good. I mean, the Forge World resin, like, it is pretty soft, so it's not that difficult. Ow, actually get in there and slice your own thumb. There we go. So I'm going to clean these up and then we'll move on. Okay, so we got our hoses ready, and just as a public service warning, both the blades, brand new blades, they are sharp. I did catch myself in that last one. Let's see. Okay, so let's go for a dry fit here. Now that we've got our first aid all taken care of. So that fits in. And this side, okay, so that side fits perfectly. So we don't need to worry about that. How about this side? little bit of a warp there, but I think this might be totally gluable as is. Yep, we can make that work. Make sure there's nothing. Ah, that might be what's doing it right there. See that culprit right in there. Just a little slice. Take that out. We'll go one more little slice. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Now, let us see how this fits. That and that to there. A little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to hold that up in. Again, make sure nothing's in the way. Nope. Oh, there's the dog bouncing around upstairs. That was nice. That also might be a bit of the culprit. See that? And there. Quick tip. Tip of your files work great for cleaning off all that excess as well. Okay, let's give that a go. Inside, again, because this is also a gap filler. Let's see. Come on now. There. There we go. We'll just hold, 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 and keep holding. Don't forget to hit that bell to let you know that I've uploaded another video, because we're going to work our way all the way through this Titan. So you want to be subscribed, you want to hit that bell. You can see all the little problems I make, all the little boo-boos of this build. There we go. Yeah. I'm liking this glue. This is the first time using this glue. I'm hoping that its hold is as good as its like instant bind that it has. But so far I don't really have any reason to doubt its ability. Okay. Maybe I should have used it on my wound. Because I do believe that crazy glue, CA glue, was first invented as like a field treatment. Field for wounds. Help seal up some wounds. I could be wrong. Feel free, put in the comments down below if you know any different or any better. Okay, yeah, really, really, really liking this. So there we go. That's the head there. I'm gonna let this dry, check out some of the other things. We set that aside and just let that dry at the moment. So with the head kit also comes like the two shields that glue on under the shoulder pads. You can see right there and there. So these will obviously, I'm going to trim them up and clean them, but they'll be painted separately as well. It also comes obviously with the top of the head, but then it comes with the Princeps on throne. I can get that to focus for you. Princeps on throne. And the two moderati, not there, it's written right there. Moderati, maybe. So these, again, I'm going to be painting these separately before I put them in, but you'll see. I'll do the clip off and put it all in. But then it also comes with princeps on foot. It would have been nice maybe if it came with like a 25mm base to put them on. It did not. I have lots of bases. But honestly, guys, Forge World, for the price of the model, maybe you could give it a base. But then again, maybe I stick this guy on the back railing behind the Titan. I'm not sure. Anyways, let me get these some of these clipped out so you can see how they go. Okay, well, on second thought, I'm not going to clip it off because in all honesty, I think that would make a pretty good little handle for me to hold whilst I'm painting. These ones I'll probably clip one off so that I can get between and paint it better, but again, I'm not going to bother clipping that off or this off because that's even though I have a painting handle without a base that they're on, this I think is probably pretty good. So this is now nice and dry. And once the guy on the throne, you can see this little spot here goes in that hole, so he sits in there. These two guys go down in those seats there. And then the top of the head actually clips in place quite well. Like, so that is the head. So I'll do a little gap filling. I'm going to put it all together first before I bother doing any of the painting. But this has been the building of a Mars pattern Warlord Titan head. This is the Mars pattern Warlord Titan head. Mars Alpha pattern, I'm sorry. Titan head. Stay tuned. More body parts coming up in the following weeks. But until then, just have fun with it. Well, okay, so that was pretty fun. It really didn't take us that long. We have our beautiful little completed Warlord Titan head. I mean, little. Sure. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how it came out. It's every bit what I thought it would be. And again, like, subscribe, share the video. Again, just have fun with it.